When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing.
I can't compete with you physically, and you're no match for my brains.
You're that smart.
Let me put it this way. Have you ever heard of Plato, Aristotle, Socrates?
Yes?
Morons.
Really? Right. Where is the poison? The battle of wits has begun. It ends when you decide and we both drink and find out who is right and who is dead.
But it's so simple. All I have to do is divine from what I know of you. Are you the sort of man who would put the poison into his own goblet or his enemy's? Now, a clever man would put the poison into his own goblet because he would know that only a great fool would reach for what he was given. I'm not a great fool, so I can clearly not choose the wine in front of you. But you must have known I was not a great fool. You would have counted on it, so I can clearly not choose the wine in front of me.
You've made your decision then?
Not remotely. Because iocane comes from Australia, as everyone knows. And Australia is entirely peopled with criminals. And criminals are used to having people not trust them as you are not trusted by me, so I can clearly not choose the wine in front of you.
Truly, you have a dizzying intellect.
Wait till I get going!
Oh, good grief.
Humans, for the most part, don't have a clue. They don't want one or need one either. They're happy. They think they have a good bead on things.
Well, why the big secret? People are smart. They can handle it.
A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it.
Don't want no preacher. You can say a prayer if you like.
Me? Suppose I could if it came to that. John, I have to ask you something very important now.
I know what you're gonna say. You don't have to say it.
No, I do. I do have to say it. John, tell me what you want me to do. You want me to take you out of here? Just let you run away? See how far you could get?
Why would you do such a foolish thing?
On the day of my judgment, when I stand before God, and he asks me, why did I kill one of his true miracles? What am I going to say? That it was my job. It was my job.
You tell God the Father it was a kindness you done.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in...
Well, I'm in the library, and I've got a number of books to choose from right now. I just love to read. Look at these books. Oh, my heavens. I can't help but think as I'm sitting through... Oh, those are my kids. Hey, kids. I can't help but think as I'm working through the library that there are so many books that could give me so much knowledge if only I could read them and cram them into this head. Here's the problem. Knowledge is one thing, and knowledge you can get. But something even more valuable than knowledge is wisdom. Now, you might be thinking those are the same thing, not what I know is how wise I am. Absolutely not. There's a concept of wisdom in the Bible. In the Hebrew, it's the Old Testament word chachma. In the New Testament, the Greek word is sophos. We get the name Sophia from it. Wisdom is something different biblically than knowledge. Wisdom is seeing the world the way God does. Righteousness for what righteousness is in his eyes, circumstances and situations with a godly perspective. And when you think about it in that way, it makes a lot more sense of a lot of scriptures. Makes a lot more sense about Solomon being the wisest ever. not in a reference to Solomon having more head knowledge. I don't think he could make a nuclear bomb, for example, but in the sense that Solomon certainly at some point in his life had a really good understanding of how God saw his world and what God was up to and how God would decide things rightly and justly and things of this nature. Sin became a downfall of Solomon. So having wisdom and living wisely are two different subjects. But having wisdom itself is something that all of us should strive for. Now, here's the good news. Jesus had a brother named James. James, in the New Testament, wrote a short little missive we call the Epistle of James. In the book of James, James makes this bold assurance, a bold promise. James says, if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives generously. Now, that in itself may sound like something you need to do before your college exams or a high school exam or a professional exam or something like that. No. That's not what you need before your driver's test. That's not knowledge. God doesn't automatically put knowledge into your brain. What wisdom is seeing things in a godly way. And if you want to see the world godly, ask God and he'll help you do that. Now, here's the dynamic. This is where this gets really important. You're facing today. It's Wednesday as we do this. This is our Wisdom Wednesday. By the way, happy Wednesday if you're seeing this on the day it came out. But whatever it is in your life that you're facing, if you're facing circumstances that trouble you, if you're facing a relationship or dealing with relationship issues that are tugging at your heart, you can't figure out what to do, how to do it, when, where. If you've got worries that are just weighing you down where you feel like you're slouched around the shoulders, whatever it is, pray for God's wisdom. You want to see this the way that God sees it. And when you do, the problems become God's problems, and the faith in you will dwell up, and you'll walk through the problem with God's grace. Because you have the assurance, if you ask for wisdom, for God's way of seeing things, God will provide and give generously to you. So that's our Wednesday wisdom, our chachma, our ability or desire to see things as God sees them on this Wednesday evening. Happy Wednesday.